Hi, my name is Hilde Borchgrevink. I'm a writer and music critic based in Oslo, Norway. And welcome to this series of interviews where we're going to talk to the nominees of this year's Nordic Council Music Prize 2021. And with me I have one of them, Verneri Pohjola from Finland, trumpet player.
Hi.
Looking forward to talk to you about your music. And when I first listened to it, I found it a little bit difficult to put too many words to it, and that's meant as an acknowledgement, because I thought it works so well as music, and it opens up and lets the listener in, so to speak. But if you were to describe the kind of music you play yourself, what would you say?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's kind of like a mix between jazz and classical and indie rock or pop. You know, I was a huge fan of Queen, like when I was young, and well, I still am, and also, but also different kinds of pop music like Radiohead, Björk, and Tom Waits, and even like little more fringe type music as well. And then again, I have a jazz musician's education, but I started as a classical trumpet player, and I have actually been like writing music all the way from when I started playing trumpet, and even before that, I have been like just for fun writing music, and I think I kind of like picked up a lot of influences on the way, like from all kinds of music.
Yeah. So what made you make the transition from the classical to the more improvised?
Well, I sort of kind of felt that, you know, I need an education if I want to be a musician, and I felt that because I was already like, even as a young classical player, I was very inspired by improvisation, and I felt like that maybe the jazz education would enable me to kind of do that better, like give me some tools to improvise and express myself better. And it both did, and also I was at all the time, I was also at the same time like feeling like an outsider. I'm not really purely a jazz musician, but also I'm a very ambitious guy, so I try to do my best even if I'm not in my comfort zone. So
Yeah, but that maybe that leads also to a kind of personal voice, because I also think I could hear that in your playing, that you are in the middle of all these crossroads that you're describing.
yeah, it must be like that, because I've always felt like I want to do things my own way, even if I haven't had, you know, the capability always. Like I still like even listening to music, I'm always thinking like how I would play this music, and what would I do if I had the you know, possibility to change something, or you know, it's just how my mind works.
Hmm. But you also even though you think like that, you also play together with people in different constellations. Would like to say something about you have a quartet.
Yes, I have a quartet, and actually, like right now, the quartet is that consists of players that I've known already for 20 years at least, and but all of them from kind of different uh, different phases, different times from my life, and and uh, and and actually, for the quartet, there was two reasons to have those musicians there. Is because of I already had a like really good working duo with Mika Kallio, the drummer, and and in another band I play with these two other guys, Tuomo and Antti, and I wanted to kind of combine this kind of a feeling of freedom I have playing with Mika with completely improvised music, and combine this to my own compositions and try to make that kind of work out somehow. And the third thing was also that I wanted to include some electronics in a way that it's kind of also improvised, and not like there's not a set sound for one piece, for example. There's always a possibility for the tune to sound completely different, or that's at least how I want it to be. So
Yeah, it seemed to me like you work with live electronics so that you mix each other in a way.
yeah, exactly.
During concert. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think that gives to the music? Is it?
It gives a different kind of setup, a different kind of scenario. I mean, it kind of gives you almost like an imaginary acoustics. Like that's how I like to kind of think about it. Not as like some separate element of electronic sounds, but I think about it more as like a working environment. If I play my trumpet in a room without electronics, then I'm as much playing the room as the trumpet. But now if you add the electronics, then that's like a third dimension somehow.
Yeah, it's a nice way of seeing it because the room is also a part of the instrument always, and then you have the
Absolutely.
electronics in addition.
Absolutely.
But then you also have been doing some projects with visuals, with film.
Yeah.
I saw parts of this very fascinating landscape film that you made together with a photographer and writer who's called Heikki Villamo.
Yeah. Actually, the film originally was about Heikki Villamo, but it's made by Terttu Saksa, this film, and yeah, I met Perttu maybe 6 years ago, and he asked if I know Mika Kallio, and if I would want to play duo with him on his film, and I saw the footage, and it was just so incredibly beautiful that I immediately knew that I want to be a part of this project, even though at that time he didn't have any budget for it. But we said that just let's make this, because this will definitely be one of the most beautiful things I have had the chance to be a part of. So
maybe we should describe it a little. It's from a coastline
yeah, it starts from a coastline, but it moves into a forest. It's kind of like it's a very contemplative documentary about humans' relationship to animals and nature, and it doesn't give you any answers, but it raises a lot of questions, and also like kind of feeds your imagination in asking, for example, like landscapes have been kind of like a map to the ancient people, and they've like they like landscapes have meanings, like from a special view, like and people have used to kind of, they know where the animals are, and where they can get food, and where the home is, and in addition to that, like thinking about what does the animal think when it sees humans, and then this abstract music really works well with that, and there's in this documentary there's hardly any narration, so there's mostly only the beautiful pictures and the music present.
Yeah, and I also think there was a lot of parallel like speeds and tempi going over each other with these winds and birds and waves and into the woods, which suited the music very well.
Yeah.
But if you should say something about where you are right now musically, what are you doing right now?
I think, like, of course, for every one of us, the pandemic has been a big factor here. But for me, it has meant a lot more time to kind of develop my own music, like without any pressure, because I don't really have many gigs, or I haven't had many gigs or opportunities to play with people even. So I've used most of the time just freely trying to develop my playing in different ways, like just. And it's an incredible feeling to be able to just sit down and start playing and see where the kind of where this day takes you. So and it makes you feel. I mean, I feel so good after just practicing, and in many ways it's been a very good time, and I feel like at least trumpet technically I'm in better shape than ever. And I'm also really waiting for or looking forward to like really get to playing like properly live again, and I have actually quite many plans of you know for the coming years that I want to do. There's this I'm going to keep working with this same quartet, and at the same time I will be doing this new duo thing with Mika, a little different from this movie, and I'm also planning an orchestral piece where well, it's still in the planning phase, but like there's a lot of good things in my head at least.
I'm looking forward to follow that, because I know that I know several people that actually for whom the pandemic has been a kind of a time for concentration, and they're
Yeah,
really been able to move from a place to another.
yeah.
But how is it then in this situation to get the lens of the Nordic Council Music Prize on you?
It's a huge deal actually. I've been like trying to drive myself forward, but it's sometimes hard for me to find the kind of the straightest route to the place where I want to be. And but still I believe in long-term kind of development of my music, and of course this is a huge thing for me, and it's a huge honor to be like among this very versatile selection of incredible artists, and I'm very of course very humbled and even a little bit nervous and excited, and it feels very good.
On my side, I'm so grateful to be able to talk to you,
Yeah.
and it's so nice to getting to know
Yes.
the musicians more.
Me too.
So thank you so much for speaking with us and coming
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.